Hello everyone, in this video we'll be looking at methods in Python. So in the previous video we looked at functions, and now let's talk about methods. If you're new to Python or you're looking to brush up your knowledge on this video is for you. Let's get started. So what are methods? Methods are very similar to functions, but they are associated with objects. Now in Python, almost everything is an object, so methods are pretty common in Python. Now a method is a function that belongs to an object, and they can modify the object or perform operations on the object's data. So let's see code examples, or let's create our own method. Okay, so let's create a method. So in Python, for you to create the method, you need to define it in a class, and we do this by class. So let's create a method where I have a pet and I want to return if the pet meows, because I really love cats. So this is the first step for you to create a method in Python. Now, one thing you need to note about creating methods in Python is that you will need what we call a constructor, which is this function. Now, what is a constructor? So a constructor is the init method. It's used to initialize your class when a new instance is created or when a new instance is called. So this is a constructor, and it's a special method that is very, very important in your method. If you create a method without defining this, you may face some issue. Let's remove the age. I don't want to add the age. Let's create another function aside the constructor that would say the name of my cat is meowing. And it's going to take the instructor as an argument or as a parameter, and the constructor itself is taking the name of the cats as an argument. So I can just say says meow. Okay, before I print this, let me explain this one more time. So class is the object. This is the method within the object. This is the initializer or the constructor that is automatically called when a new instance or when a new method within the object is called. Okay, let's call this class my cats equals to pets, and let's pass the name of the pet as the parameter or as the argument, and let's say James. Oh, sorry. Yes, James. And let's print this. Once we do this, now leave a comment below what you think the response is going to be. I'll just give like 3 seconds. 3. Right, let's see what the response is going to be. Oh, sorry. James says meow. So this is how you can define a method in Python. Let's just recap on this. Class pet is the class. This is the constructor that is used to initialize a method being created in the class or in the objects. Class is the object. Then meow is the function that says that my cat is meowing, and this my cat's variable calls the class and passes the name of the cat as the argument, and this print statement prints the class, specifically printing this string defined in the second method. So let's create another method within this. Let's see, let's add an age. So we can do self.age. So we'll still do self for it to take for this new method to pass the constructor as the argument. So you can do, and we can decide to change to cat's age plus to, oh sorry, we can actually decide to just pass it here. We can decide to pass the age of the cat here as well. So let's say the cat is 3. So when we print this, instead of us to print dot meow, we can decide to print dot age. Okay, leave a comment. Leave in the comments what you think this next response would be based on the very first response that you saw. All right, let's see what the response is going to be. And now we have an error. I'm very sure that you did not guess this. So now, this is an error because we cannot call an integer object. So this is where we did make an error. In the previous example, when we wanted to when we display James says meow, that's in this example, James says meow. If you note, we called this as a function, like you using the curly bracket to call it, and when we run that, it ran. But for integers, you cannot do that. If not, it's going to show you this. So the best way for you to resolve this is just to do my cat.age, and when you do this, it should show you 3. And now it showed 3, but that's not what we want. We want to return James is 3 years old, not 3. Now for you to do this, I would advise you change this. Let's say you change the function of that. So you change the function of that, and then you run this again. Oh sorry, and then you change here as well. I was still calling age. When you run this, you should see James is 3 years old. But let's clear the terminal first. Let's run this again, and it gave us this. Now there's something that I missed earlier. Now the reason why we couldn't call age, like when we did the age here, the reason why it threw the error, sorry, the reason why with this, reason why it threw the error was because we were targeting this age, but now we are targeting display age, and display age is a function. And remember that for us to target a function, after you call the function name, you need to add this bracket. So instead of this, we can just do display this, and this should show James is 3 years old. So initially we did this, sorry, age, with the bracket when this one was defined as age, and it threw an error because according to this, it is still looking at this age, and that cannot be callable. Like you cannot call this, you cannot call an argument as a function. And that's why when we remove the curly bracket and we ran this, it only showed us 3. It was only going to display this. So this is probably a mistake, but I'm happy I did this in this video. So when you are trying to name your function within your class or within your object, ensure that the argument and the function name do not um collide, like they are not the same thing. That should help you resolve any issue. For example, the issue that we had in this. So now if we do change this and we call it as a function should be called, and let's clear terminal again, and we display this, it should show James is 3 years old. I hope you've understood how methods in Python work, and I was really glad that I made some mistakes, so that when you are working on creating your own methods in Python and you face such mistakes, you will be able to debug them or resolve them. So just a brief recap: methods are functions associated with objects and are used in the context or are used where objects belong. Now, understanding this or understanding how method works takes you a step closer for you to know more about object-oriented programming in general. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.